India has the highest working age youth population, or because of the fact that 43% of that youth population are women. And not only this, but also because of the fact that the Modi government has in this budget set itself a very, very ambitious target as far as skilling is concerned. Jayantji, you have had time to work on that. So the first question I want to begin by asking you is, how is it going to be implemented? Because you would have seen all the commentary and feedback from industry associations also. How will this very ambitious skilling program be implemented?
Well, I'm happy that you've acknowledged that it is ambitious. And India is a country where we must have ambition. We must have global ambition. And the way the Prime Minister has put it, that India must become the skill capital for the world. In some respects, the first wave, we've opened up our financial markets, and we've seen a number of big companies now come in. Post what happened in China, there was hope that we will set up India, position it as a secondary sort of attractive source of investors and for people to come and set up manufacturing bases here. The third wave, if you want to sustain high level of investment into our country, is only if we are able to build efficient labor markets and have a pool where we are providing a skilled workforce and that has depth in it. So at scale. So it is a challenging task, and like you said, India's young population, and the numbers are staggering. 90 crores of our population are, as per estimates, are under 35 years. And policymakers for the last 10, 15 years, if we sit at any forum like this, they keep using the word, we have a demographic dividend. It shouldn't become an overhang. And the pace at which global society is changing, economy is changing, new models are coming, new disruptive technologies are coming in, traditional jobs and industries and sectors are at the verge of extinction. We have to prepare ourselves. So it's an imperative. It is ambitious. Where there's a will, there is a way. And for the first time, I can say that we have a government that is thinking strategically about these issues. We've adopted a whole government approach, which means that my ministry is not working alone. It is also a young ministry. It wasn't here 10 years ago. So every ministry was doing its own skilling programs. Every scheme today also has a component of skilling, but we are their partners there. So across the entire length and breadth of government, and even at the state level, our ministry is doing a lot of work with them. There are mechanisms, there are joint working groups on education, with labor. We're looking at every platform of government of India which is capturing data and using that data and pushing our skilling programs to those beneficiaries of every scheme of government in the country. The most important vital aspect of how we fulfill this mandate is involvement of industry. Even today, there is a large private investment and interest and commitments in our skilling ecosystem. Out of 15,000 ITIs, only 3,000 are government. A number of higher educational institutions today are awarding bodies. Many have dual status given to them by our regulator NCVET, where they are awarding bodies and they're carrying out assessments. A number of multinational corporations also have that status. And now we are going to give even more thrust to the kind of flexible programming, curriculum design, which is the demand of industry today. With these new things coming in, there's a lot of interest in younger people, what we call future skills. There's also a lot of interest from industry. They've also designed their own, shorter term training courses. So we have pushed them that now there is also no more a requirement that you have to align everything to government standard. Every course designed by industry need not be aligned and fully in sync with our regulator, with NSQF. But Government of India is here to handhold. Also, we have the very attractive internship program announced in the budget. We have an old scheme called NAPS, We've got 30 lakh beneficiaries of that scheme. We provide very little support at a monthly level, and we encourage younger people to do apprenticeships with top industry majors. So if we have industry coming on board in a big way, and if they actually drive the next wave of our efforts for skilling, we should be able to meet these targets. Another big aspect is the integration with education. NEP 2020 actually calls for a holistic view of the entire chain. From 6th class onwards, in the school education system, it is now a mandate that every child should have access, should be sensitized to the skilling world. When the child graduates out of school, goes into higher education, there are now flexible learning pathways for them. They can integrate large amount of time and learning from vocational programs, from internships, from apprenticeships, and that can add value to their entire degree. With our national credit framework, which is now, it's there in play. With our ABC, which is the Academic Bank of Credit, there is now a system in place that values the time and energy and effort a student may put in to learn these skills.
Right.
So that's where the value for that will come in. That's how we make skilling aspirational for every student of our country.